Hello and welcome back to this video. In this video we will see state management in class components. So what we are going to achieve in this section? In this section we are going to build one class component which contains by default props as name equal to Ironman and age 40 and power 500. By clicking on the change data, we are going to change into the dynamic state as Hulk and age 40 and power 1000. Okay, this is what we are going to achieve. By achieving this, you can understand how to manage the state inside the class component and how to use it as your own use cases. So for this task, I'm going to create one component with the name manage state. Inside the component folder, create one file called manage state.js. This is a component which we are going to work for us. This is a component which we are going to work on this. I'm going to quickly create one class component RCE. I'm removing this export class. Inside this, I will write h1 managing state in class components and save it. We will add this manage state component to the app.js file. Here we can simply import our manage. You can name it as whatever you want, but inside this app.js file, I'm importing this manage state.js component. To import this, import manage state. I'm naming it as manage state. You can name it whatever you want. From the location where we are created, it will be in components folder and manage state. After that, add this manage state component file into this app.js, into this main division, and save it. Here we have successfully added our managing state component into this app component. And inside this managing state component, I am declaring one local state. To declare the local state, create one constructor with a super class, and after that, and declare the state. To declare the state, we will write this.state equal to, our state will be an object, and this object will contains name is Ironman and age equal to, and age will be 40 and power is going to be some 500, and close it here and also here. Under this heading, I'm going to output that state into our component. To output that, write one h2 tag and with the curly braces write this dot. We are not going to use props because we are working with state. So what we can use, this dot state dot name. And similarly, sorry, this dot state dot age and this dot state dot power, and this will be our name and this is our age and this is our power. Okay, and save it. Here you will see we are using our local state. Our local state will contains name as Ironman and age is 40 and power is 500. And now we are going to add one button, and after clicking that button we are going to change our state to the Ironman to the Hulk. And we are doing this. Add one button under the data, and I am naming this button as change data. Here it is. And on this button I am going to add one on click event. You can learn more when you are going deep into this React. So but for now only we are going to talk about on click. So inside the on click listener I am going to call the function which is our arrow function called change data, which is not created yet. We are going to create it soon, and save it. Under this constructor create one arrow function change data. To create arrow function simply write the function name with equals to these parameters and with a arrow function and add one semicolon under that. And inside this I'm going to change this dot state dot name Ironman and age 40 and power into this our own state which we want to update. So to update this simply call this dot set state. This set state is used to update the our local state. The set state is a method which returns the or which accepts the parameters as a parameters state name will be Hulk, sorry, declare in commas, Hulk and age will be the 50. You can update it whatever you want, and power will be the 1000 or 10,000. Okay, and I'm going to save it. So what we have done is we have created one function which can change the data or set the data to our own data, which are going to update our local state while we are clicking on this button. Why? Because we are using the arrow function, because we don't need to call the function when you're loading the application. We just need to call the function whenever we click on this button and go to the application, and after clicking the change data we are going to change our data to the Hulk. See, it will change it to Hulk and age 50 and power 1000. You can manage the multiple state by using this process, but this process is very long and it also be the time consuming. That's why React is introduced the hooks to manage the data inside the functional components. In coming videos we are going to learn about the functional components more by using hooks. We can manage the state inside the functional components by using hooks concept. In that hooks concept we use state and set state to set the data inside our local state. Okay,